Editing Machines Corporation is proud to introduce the first digital offline nonlinear editing system, the EMC2, destined to revolutionize the way creative editing is done today. The EMC2 is a random access editing system that puts up to 24 hours of source material at your fingertips instantly. There is no pre-roll and no waiting for tapes to rewind, as your original source now exists on optical discs for instant access. Editing is a creative process, and film editing has traditionally given the editor the most flexibility and control. Because of film's non-linear qualities, the editor can quickly trim and move around scenes at will. Offline editing, although faster and cheaper, has certain aspects about it that make it tedious and redundant. Making changes in a rough cut often means reassembling the program from that point on. After all, pictures and sound are what you are working with, not timecode numbers.
I sign this bill in the belief that we can and that we shall.
As easily as words and paragraphs are arranged on a word processor, cuts and entire sequences are positioned and viewed using pictures. It's a tool to quickly and creatively build an offline edit of a show. The EMC2 handles all the complex timecode and list management so you can concentrate on the content of the show. When you are satisfied, the EMC2 will generate an edit decision list in industry formats such as CMX to glide your show through auto-assembly online. Source material is loaded into the EMC2 in real time. NTSC or PAL video, 2 independent audio channels, and SMPTE timecode are recorded at a button push onto recordable optical discs. These discs are removable, so you may have multiple projects going, and they can be reused after the show is completed. Once the material has been transferred, it appears on the screen as low-resolution video and can be accessed instantly with no pre-roll or search time. We can go from 0 to 1 hour in a keystroke. Jog through the material frame by frame or scan quickly at 16 times sound speed. Because logging is vital to any edit session, we've made it easy to attach notes to locations in the source. In addition, we support most of the popular logging programs to import logs created in the field. Shots are logged by identifying a head and tail position using the search knob. A note is then added to provide the identification of the scene. What's been created is a useful index into the material transferred on the disk. Moving the cursor will show us each of the pulls we have logged, flashing the first frame of each to make it easier to identify the material. If we are unsure about the logged scene, we can play it instantly on the screen or ask the VTR to automatically play the original source tape the scene was transferred from. The log also provides an easy way to assemble the first cut of a show. We simply move the cursor over the scenes we want and with a keystroke, add that shot to the show. We have just made our first rough cut and can screen it by selecting Play Master. If the order isn't right, or the edits need trimming, we can easily do that later. Remember, as a nonlinear system, changes to the beginning of a sequence can be made without losing work done beyond the edit point. Of course, we don't have to choose only from pulls that have been logged. We can easily add edits from anywhere. The menus give us choices as to what part of the edit to set. Edit marks can be made on the fly or by carefully jogging through the material. The cutboard shows the current state of the edit, as well as how it fits within the show. The first window shows the last frame of the edit that came before, then the head and tail of this edit, followed by the first frame of the next edit. For people who prefer buttons to menus, a dedicated keyboard is available, making editing on the EMC2 very direct indeed. One of the biggest advantages that the EMC2 has over traditional editing is its ability to make changes instantly, without lengthy reassembly or re-recording. There are many ways to trim edits, or change their order in the show. One of the most unique features of the EMC2 is boards, a visual display of each first frame of every picture cut in the show. The speed with which you can rework a sequence in boards is remarkable. Individual shots or whole sequences can be swapped, moved, deleted, or trimmed instantly, and every change made is reflected in the EDL. A looping option will play the transition between two scenes over and over again, giving you the option to trim the head of a shot as well as the tail of the preceding shot very quickly. The display shows the head and tail trims of the respective edits, showing what was and wasn't used. This option shows a more conventional view of the edit decision list and allows full list management capabilities, such as moving, trimming, swapping, and sorting of the list. Notice the visual track diagram below the numbers. The current event worked on is highlighted in red, so it's easy to see its position in the show relative to others. The top line represents video, while the bottom two lines represent the audio tracks. Individual edits are easily trimmed here, and the results show graphically below, both on the timeline and the cutboards. Notice also that the system can ripple events, always maintaining a clean list. When the show is completed, simply save the edit decision list to a floppy disk for online auto-assembly. The list will be in the industry standard format of your choice and include the necessary information for split edits, fades, dissolves, and other special effects. Your online time will be reduced dramatically. The editor will simply load the EDL and mount the tapes. The only remaining decisions to be made will be color correction, graphics, and titles. The EMC2 offers you speed and flexibility that is only possible in the digital domain. The feel of film editing in the electronic medium. Finally, an offline editor that is quick, creative, and affordable. And it will revolutionize the way editing is done today.